Hey guys, how you doing? It's been a few days since we talked last. I guess the video that I put out would have been Thursday of Caroline going to Winnipeg, and I didn't really shoot anything in Winnipeg. I think we videotaped us getting to the hotel on the Friday, but we stayed at my aunt and uncle's from Wednesday to Friday, stayed at a hotel in at the Forks just because we wanted to be close to the wedding party. And then we went back Saturday night to my aunt and uncle's, and then they drove us to the airport Sunday. So let's see if I can remember all the things we did, and if I have video footage to back it up, I'll put it up for you, okay? So my uncle picked us up from the airport, went back to their house, hung out. I think I put all the video together, and I can't remember if I did upload it Wednesday or Thursday morning. I think it was Thursday morning. Got to their house, hung out, caught up on all the things that we've been doing, what they've been doing, what we've been doing, and sat around and had a coffee. And then later on, my cousin and her husband and one of her sons came over, and we had dinner. Then Thursday we woke up, I finished the vlog, put that video out, and then I was talking about possibly doing a food review, and if I'm going to do a food review, I need to do it Thursday so I can edit it Thursday and have it up Friday before the wedding, because I'm not going to be doing anything because I was stressing out leading up to the wedding, because as you may or may not know, I was officiating Paul's middle son's wedding to Natalie, and that happened on the Friday. So I was, going through my ceremony, my script multiple times, changing things, and then I get an email from Natalie or something, and they wanted to change something, so I had to kind of rewrite things. Anyway, it was I'm glad it's over. I'm super happy that I got to do that. Again, Paul was my best man, I was his best man. I've officiated a wedding, and that's pretty cool. I think it's quite an honor to be asked to marry a couple. If you ever get the chance, you just have to buy a license and then follow the rules on the license. Like, there are certain things in the ceremony they have to say. And then the wedding planner that they had, she had got the marriage license, so that made it legal and binding. So you have the ceremony that I had to perform, or minister, priest, or whatever has to perform that, or somebody who can buy a license. You can buy it in Winnipeg anyway. Sorry, the province of Manitoba. You can buy, I believe it's just a 1-day license or a 5-year license. So I guess they figure most people that are asked to officiate, chances are they're just going to do it that once. And if they're going to do it more than once, it might not be for 5 years. So I don't remember how much the 5-year was. So bought my license, I think it's about 3 or 4 months ago, because I wasn't sure if I'd actually had to take a course. You don't have to take a course. Just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. They'll talk you through it and make you feel at ease. But again, standing in front of 140 people, most of them are your friends and family, and the other half you have no idea who any of them are. It's a mix of stresses, really. Thursday, going back a little bit, Thursday I got my cousin's husband, John, to give me an idea where we should eat, and he said we should eat at, I always want to call it Red Dog, but I think it's Red Top. They have a specific type of burger that Winnipegians like. Winnipegians, whatever. That's one of their kind of go-to burgers. So a lot of places make that same thing. They kind of all have the same recipe. A bunch of them think that they made it first before the other one. It's just a big brouhaha. So anyway, John said out of all the places, that's his favorite. Again, that's just his opinion. So whether it is the best or isn't, it's up to you. Everybody has their own opinion. If you had a big contest and had 10,000 Winnipeggers take a bite of the top 5 burger places, I'm sure you could narrow it down, but there'll still be those people that love this guy's over this guy's. So John and I did that, and that other place that was a chip shop. And then Thursday night, I think we went to John and Christine's house. No, that was Saturday night. I just remembered Wednesday afternoon, late afternoon, we had to drive out to the place where the wedding was, where the ceremony and where the reception was going to be. And then we did the rehearsal twice, made sure everybody knew what they were supposed to do. I kind of hinted on a few things in my script, but I didn't want Matt and Nat to know what I was going to say for certain things, because it was like private stuff and personal stuff. She wanted it to be more personal than anything else, so I try to make it as personal as possible. After the rehearsals, we all went to, I think it was one of the family members' cousins' restaurant. It was called Frankie's. Really good food. They cordoned off like a whole section for us, and they just kept bringing out food. You didn't order food, they just brought out everything. So I had like charcuterie boards at the beginning, and then pastas and pizza and these deep fried, they almost looked like meatballs, but they were deep fried rice and cheese and stuff. And it was an Italian restaurant, just to give you a heads up. And then it was on, I guess they put a spoon of marinara sauce on, and then they put them all on that, and you just take whatever you want. And so it was a great night. And then Thursday night was when I think Christine and John came over. Friday, woke up, went through my script a bunch of more times. My uncle drove us to the hotel. It's very nice of them to drive us around. They lent us the car for Thursday, and I think Wednesday. We pretty much only had the car Wednesday night. And then I used it for the food review. But anyway, my uncle drove us to the hotel. Very nice. Hello. All right, how are you doing? This is our room. Nice. Ooh, turn some lights on. Big bathtub. Oh, bathtub and a shower. Got the hair dryer, extra TP. All that stuff. We got a nice little mirror, shower, the luggage rack, king size bed. I don't think I've ever seen like a side table like that before. Oh, look at this. Probably just lots of hanging space with a light in it. Fancy. Got some water at the forks. That's a cool little coffee maker, an espresso. Bottle opener. Lots of stuff here. Let's see. Jerky is $10. Pringles is $3.50. What's that Toblerone? Where is it? Oh, right at the top, $7 for a chocolate bar. I like that little seating area, it's cool. And what is our view? Nice little roundabout. The Children's Museum's over there. There was a bus letting off a bunch of kids who were picking them up when we first got in.
Oh, nice. You can see the river.
Yeah. So it's now time to shower. I'm gonna shave, shower, and get ready. Get the suit on. Then we met up with a bunch of people, got showered, shaved, changed, got everything all organized, and then we had they had drinks out on the patio. I didn't have to touch any alcohol until I was done the ceremony. I didn't want anything to impede my craziness that was going on in my head. So the ceremony was great, loved it. Again, going into it, very nervous. Once I started going, I was fine. And I think the only thing I forgot to do is tell people to sit down after the bride came down the middle and then stood at the front. I was more interested in talking to them. And so people were standing for at least anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye, I realized everybody was still standing. I don't know why people don't sit, but they don't. So when the bride gets to the front, just sit down. Once the ceremony was over, I had a blast with everybody. the actual wedding itself, the reception was amazing. All the food was great. Just the layout of everything was just absolutely stunning and beautiful. And we just had a good time. And it's probably one of the first weddings I've been to where people dance nonstop. Once the dinners and the speeches and everything were over and the party started, the music didn't stop. I think they only had one slow song. I guess for the bride and groom. Just letting somebody go ahead of me before I go. Okay, because they were there first. So it was non-stop party, and then they just had a great time. I think we got back to the hotel at like 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30 in the morning, and I think I went to bed. Yeah, probably 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, they had buses shuttling us back and forth because it was about 45 minutes away from the hotel is about 45 minutes away from the ceremony. So I'm just going to park it here. I'll finish up my quick story, hopefully, because I have to do a food video for KBD Productions TV. Okay, let me just shut that off for a second. All right, so Saturday we woke up, went downstairs, and had breakfast with a bunch of people and coffees, and then Carol and I walked around the Forks. If you ever go to Winnipeg, make sure you go to the Forks. There's these beautiful shops and eateries and wine shops. It's just an absolute beautiful downtown area for a lot of our Canadian cities have a beautiful downtown, but the Forks is just one of those top-notch downtown attractions. Then after breakfast, we went upstairs, packed up, went downstairs, Ubered with a couple other people from the wedding party over to Natalie's mom and dad's house, and they treated us to a really nice barbecued lunch that they ordered from a restaurant that has been in business for over 90 years. So the food was good. And sometime in the afternoon there, Natalie and Matthew exchanged their vows. Their vows were really long, and they didn't want it to make the ceremony long. And I think Natalie was very nervous about saying her vows in front of 140 people. She wasn't sure if she was going to make it through, but they made it through perfectly fine in front of all the friends and family that were at her mom and dad's house. And I guess her being in her own backyard, stunning backyard, by the way, I think she was definitely calm and not nervous at all, and they both did absolutely fantastic on that. Probably at around 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, my uncle came to our Natalie's house and then picked us up and took us back to his house. And then later on that evening, we went to my cousin Christine and John's house and had a really nice dinner there, and just again sat around and talked about new times and talked about old times. And then Sunday morning, we got up, got dressed. My aunt and uncle, Carol and I met my cousin Christine and John and one of her sons at a restaurant in the Winnipeg downtown area and had a really lovely brunch. And I had like an Eggs Benedict, but I did one of the Eggs Benedict I don't normally do, which had smoked salmon on it. And it was nice. I like it. I like the traditional one over the salmon one, but it was nice trying the salmon one. After that, we went back to my aunt and uncle's house, packed up, and then my aunt drove us to the airport. And then Carol and I got all checked in. Then we went to this little restaurant and just had some wings and chicken fingers. And just because we were running late on time, so we just kind of ordered hors d'oeuvres and a beer, and then got straight on the plane, flew home, got home, I think at, 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was a long day. Anyway, that's what happened on our trip to Winnipeg. We're back, obviously, in Canada, and I can't wait to start putting out some more vlogs for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this update, and we'll talk to you in the next vlog. Talk to you. Bye.